Jamal, felt like the game changed in the second quarter there. What do you think that you and that group were able to do to flip the
third
game?
quarter.
Third?
To me, I don't know. I wasn't watching.
You're playing.
Yeah, I know. But it felt like we just had a good run, and then we got some stops, a couple of turnovers, forced a couple of turnovers. I thought Bruce had really good hands today. Yoke, CB. So I think our defense helped us ignite those runs, and we just held the lead up until the end of the game. So it could have been both, second and third quarter.
The three wasn't going down, but Coach talked about how much toughness you showed, that creating fouls, getting to the foul line, making the mid-range. When it's not going from three, did you feel like, hey, this is a game I'm going to have a whistle, I'm going to be able to get to the line? What was your mindset, especially after your team had a slow start, but you kind of just kept them tethered with your ability to get to the line?
I mean, 4 of them were technicals, before the ball gets in bounds and this and that. So, I mean, I thought I got fouled on every single one of them, so I don't know what everybody's talking about. It's real fouls. It was just being aggressive and guys staying with it. We didn't make shots. Everybody didn't make shots in the first quarter. So we knew that was not an issue, but, something we're aware of, and we just had to keep shooting, myself included. I didn't make a 3 today. But I didn't stop shooting, and I was able to find guys and just keep the defense on their toes just by shooting. So.
On that half-court shot, what is your kind of strategy there? I mean, trying to make it?
Of course, trying to make it. Me? I'm trying to make it.
Did you hit rim? Did you have a good?
Yeah, I hit rim.
Okay.
I'd be mad if I didn't hit rim.
Jamal, how important was it for you guys to get back a player that can energize you like Bruce Braun and that impact that he made today?
Yeah, I think he's some guys might get mad at me, but I think he's our most effective on-ball defender. When he comes in, he's up underneath guys. He's not even fouling, and if he does foul, it's stopping him from getting 2 points. And he has really good hands. Plays with a lot of energy. So I think he was huge tonight. Even if he doesn't show up in a stat, just a deflection that leads to a run out to a layup for somebody else. Like those plays change the game. So I just feel like he was just super effective every time he was in the game. Whether he made shots or missed, whatever. Nobody was worried about that part. It was how he was creating extra possessions for us and just playing positional basketball against their really good players.
Jamal, what was your mindset like in the first half? Aaron's in foul trouble. Joker's, I think he just had 6 points in the first half, but you really carried them in the first half. How are you approaching everything out there?
There's no mindset. I got a job to do, and I just keep on doing it. I'll let DA figure out who he's going to sub in and all that. I just know, we just had to play with some aggression, some force, and we were able to do that.
Defensively, you said you had a really good run in the third quarter, especially. What do you think you guys did in terms of, was it just amping up pressure? Was it closing out on different things?
Just deflections. I just felt like, in pocket passes or whoever was trying to snake and just getting a little tap on the ball and making them have to fumble it so we can get back in front. Like, it was just the little details helped our defense a lot, and for us, at least offense. So I felt like when we did make those runs, it was because of those little plays, and that's why I feel that they were important.
Jamal, they threw a few different defenders at you. Does whoever's guarding you in an individual stretch dictate anything to you, or is it
irrelevant? Somebody chasing me, somebody's going to push me, it's the same thing. I get a screen, I score.
We've talked a lot about the first quarter shots weren't falling. It took you guys a little bit to get in your groove. Whether you're talking about your game or just your perspective of everyone on your team, is that just as simple as shots aren't falling, or do you think there's a mental aspect of now it's the playoffs, every shot matters a little bit more? What's kind of your perspective on that?
I think the first game is always everybody's got so much adrenaline, everybody's excited, everybody's a little bit nervous, some butterflies, which is human. So I think it's fun. I go back and I look at all my game ones that I've played, and I just remember having so much energy. Just like I remember, we played the Spurs one year. I got a steal first play of the game. I pulled up from the logo. I was like, I'm just so excited, So I just found over the years just being able to relax and just play like another game, and knowing that I'm going to play most of the game, or I'm not going to have to look or hunt shots. The game's just going to come to me. So it's a different mindset. I think that allows me to make every free throw or just play it at a good pace, at my pace. So I think everybody will settle in after this game.
Jamal, having that stretch this year where lots of guys were in and out of the lineup, does it make you more comfortable in games like these where maybe the offense leans more on you?
I'm always comfortable. It's just I'm always comfortable. It just matters who's in the game for defense and our rotations and guys in and out, different roles, guys trying to get the rhythm because they haven't played in a while. So I don't think that has anything to do with me. I just go out there and play, and whoever's in the game is in the game. I know I'm going to get blitzed if Jokić is on the floor. And after that, I just hoop. I try not to overthink. I get a lot of – I feel like there's so many different things that can factor in different ways. But when I just put my mind to doing what I do and what I know how to do the best, that I've been doing for almost 30 years, then there's not much thinking that goes on. I just go out there and play my game.
Christian Braun, with the way teams guard you guys as a team, I think Christian's kind of in the spotlight when he's shooting this postseason. Just what do you see from him in general?
Just being ready. He knows. I feel like the first year he was kind of like, oh damn, I have the center on me or whatever. He was kind of unsure if this is the good shot or if this is the one that we want him to take. It's just, bro, if you're open, shoot it, and we'll go from there. So I think he just got more confidence in just being willing to take that shot and make it at any point in the game. So he's been great in just adjusting his game to whoever's on him. The type of game that it is, he's just kind of somebody that just does it all. Just dynamic on the offensive floor for us. So he's been huge. He's going to be big for us.
Nikola, game ones can always be a little bit maybe different from expectation. Did that kind of meet the expectation of the game that you thought the team would play and what you thought you would see from Minnesota?
Yes, it was physical. It was ups and downs, runs. So I think it was definitely meet the expectations.
Jokić, when you guys lost to them in Game 7 last year, 2024, excuse me, you said that team was built to beat us, but how has your team kind of grown heading to face them again this season?
I think it's some people say it's same team. I don't think it's the same team. People are more experienced. People are more experienced. Different players. One player can change the whole situation, the whole rotation, the whole momentum of the team. So I don't think it's the same. It's the same teams, both. But I think it's always going to be interesting game. I feel so whenever we play, it's always interesting. So we have different coverages, they have different coverages. So it's a really, really, really nice basketball, interesting basketball game.
Can you describe Christian's value to you guys defensively, and then in particular what he did tonight?
Yeah, I mean, just I think there's just accepting his role, and he know what he's doing. Just be annoying the whole game, just guarding somebody full court. I think just for a player coming to the game that you're going to be guarded full court, even if it's a good or bad defender, someone's going to be next to you the whole time. So you need to definitely prepare for that. And I think CB is doing a really good job, and he's aggressive. He's trying. He's fighting over the screens. He's mixing on. So he's doing a really good job. I think. Okay, maybe after the injury he was a little bit, and then he's doing a good job right now.
Nikola.
Just as I said, like picking up, being aggressive, pushing the guys off the spot, so making big shots, be confident to shoot the ball. So.
Nikola, svih 9 igrača koji su večeras koji su igrali večeras su imali odlične role. Ti si u prvom poluvremenu imao samo jedan šut za 2 poena. Je to bio tvoj game plan da razigraš celu ekipu ili je Minnesota nešto radila da to isforsira?
Nije, mislim da treba da nikad ne ulazim u utakmicu da tako nešto, da sad ću ovo, sad ću ono. Mislim da je samo bilo takav moment u utakmici. Drago mi što smo imali su tu prvu četvrtinu gdje su igrali mnogo bolje od nas. Mi smo to, da kažem, ublažili tu njihovu dobru igru i počeli i imali neki momentum ulasku u treću četvrtinu, gdje smo u treću četvrtinu stvarno napravili jednu lepu prednost, igrali smo dobro, mi smo bili ti koji nameću tempo, tako da nisam ti odgovorio na pitanje, nije mi to bio game plan.
Going on, just getting those 12 wins and getting home court for this series, how big was it to play in front of your home crowd, and how much did you guys feed off that?
I mean, definitely. Whenever we needed those kind of little spark, they were behind our back, and I love to play in front of our crowds. I think they're great, and whenever we needed like a little spark, they were there, and then I'm really thankful. And it's great to have our fans and playing in front of our friends.
You guys were 30 of 33 from the free throw line tonight. How impactful can that be in a postseason run when you're able to generate free throw attempts and makes like you guys were tonight?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I think Jamal is amazing, one of the best free throw shooters in the game, in my opinion. When he's aggressive, going to the rim, and with the multiple guys guarding him, some is gonna make mistakes, and the ball is in his hands a lot. So, I think we are all confident that he can make those.
Nikola, how important was what Aaron was able to give you guys in the second half after picking up the foul trouble and having to sit the entire second quarter?
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't want to say, but I think that was a good thing for us, if that makes any sense. Just being aggressive. Foul is a good. I think I always like to say, foul is a friend to you. It's not something bad. So him making trouble, maybe he brought some other people energy to play a little bit more aggressive. So we knew that he can come back and had an impact for moments in the game, and like he did, like he's doing all career here.
Nikola, in a 7-game series, how do you personally use the first 5 minutes or so to evaluate how a team is going to defend you?
I just like to see what's going to happen. It's not something that I'm like, if I'm open, I'm going to shoot it. If I'm not open, I'm just going to play the game. That I think I never look at that way. Maybe I just like, maybe they're going to guard me this way. But when you play, I don't think you have a time to do that. I think when I play, I'm just reacting. So what happens on the floor?
Are there any certain actions that you try to get to see how they're going to defend you?
I mean, we run to some actions that we usually run, so yeah, there's some of them for me, and I didn't ask for a question, but that was my answer.
Kind of along those lines, particularly early in the game, you had the ball poked away from you a lot, and kind of, it was loose a little bit. What did you make of that? Was it them, or was it your own ball security, or?
It's a little bit of both, I think, especially in the playoffs, it's tricky. Me and like Jamal, we have the ball in our hands, and, sometimes they're going to poke, sometimes they're grab, push, sometimes you're going to lose it, lose the dribble. Whatever. I think the second half, our turnovers were much better. In the first half, I think, especially in the first quarter, we gave them so many, basically 1-0 fast break points, and that was something that we cannot do because they are so dangerous, and we cannot give them easy ones.
Nikola, what did you see from your team when in the fourth quarter they cut it to a 2-point game, a 5-point game, and you guys were able to answer with big runs?
Yeah, I mean, it's a game of runs. They opened the game with a run. We closed the whole second half. We had a momentum run. Then we had the run. Then they had the run in the fourth quarter. It's always about the runs and how you're going to react and how you're going to manage those runs and how are you going to take bad shot, or you're just going to create open look and hopefully you're going to make it. Pleasure, like always, guys.